Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the second-year man Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills as they'll square off against Tom Brady and the Super Bowl champion New England Patriots. With that, let's head on up to Foxborough. Standing by with the call at Gillette Stadium, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
From the home of the reigning Super Bowl champs, we are inside a sold-out and absolutely rocking Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. Charles, AFC East matchup, and if we look back, everybody knows this, but the last 16 years of the AFC East, 15 times it's been won by these Patriots.
The other three teams in the division, Jets, Buffalo, Miami, they kind of remind me of the old Brooklyn Dodgers. Remember their rally cry? Wait till next year, because that's what it's been like trying to chase down the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots are even vulnerable yet. If anyone wins this division other than the Pats, they're going to have to earn it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here are the Bills being led out by their quarterback, the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen. Of course, the Bills, they've been looking for a franchise quarterback for a number of years, and now they think they have their guy. He certainly had his moments as a rookie, including an impressive win in Minnesota in his second NFL start. Allen now on first down. And the grab by Croft. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Quickly now, here's the Buffalo offense.
When you play as well and as hard as Frank Gore, you get a chance to tour the NFL. How about his first 10 years in San Francisco, 3 in Indianapolis, a year in Miami, now starting his first year in Buffalo and his 15th NFL season? The game's active leading rusher and 4th all-time.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Gore again here on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And quickly, let's check out the New England defense.
You have to love Jamie Collins. You can use him just about anywhere on the defense. Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, defensive end. He might even play a little bit of safety if you give him the chance.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Allen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Lawrence Guy, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Patriots take over. New England Patriots offense coming out here. There's Tom Brady, who has, well, I don't know if you want to say struggled, but he hasn't been himself during this stretch here where the Patriots offense really hasn't looked right. This past game in the loss to Kansas City in Week 14, just 50% throwing it, 169 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Now here, Charles, look at this number. Passer rating is 63.3, and that's now 8 straight games with a passer rating under 100. First time in Brady's career that he's had a stretch like that.
By the standard that he's set in his career, he is struggling.
Yeah,
because we're getting past it, right? I mean, people have tried to explain it away. Are the receivers getting open? What's happening with the running game? Bottom line is, no matter who's playing quarterback, those types of numbers tell you that there's a struggle going on. But how about the potential changing of the guard in the AFC? It's not there yet. Don't ever think that you're going to count out Tom Brady and the Patriots. But so far this season, the 3 losses, 22-year-old Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, 24-year-old Deshaun Watson in Houston, and now 24-year-old Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. The youngsters are getting it done.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. Now let's give you a look here at the New England offense.
Sony Michel was taken near the end of the first round in the 2018 draft, but boy, did he earn his keep in that season with New England. Really came on in the playoffs, scored the only touchdown in the Super Bowl win over the Rams. Expect bigger and better from Sony Michel moving forward.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. It's complete, James White. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And we take a look at the Bills' defense.
Throw the ball at your own peril when Jordan Poyer is in the lineup. In the last 2 seasons, he's been in the top 10 in interceptions both years and 2nd on the team in tackles in 2018. An all-around terrific center field type of a safety.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Brady. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the 1st.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches, and he can also play Wildcat quarterback for you as well.
Wait, that Alabama, 380. Come on. You better bring it.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 44, Brady complete to Watson, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Second tour of duty for Watson with the Patriots. Remember, New England drafted him way back in 2004 out of Northwestern. He retired in the offseason after finishing the campaign with New Orleans, but decided to come back for one more go-around with the Patriots, and they might need him, especially with Rob Gronkowski no longer in uniform. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
All right, D, let's all right, D. Jacket, reload!
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Brady. To Michel on the screen. And they will rally and stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 26. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Gore. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Allen to throw it. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Patriots coming out to set up shop for their next drive, CD. When we were talking about him earlier, we didn't mention that loss against Kansas City in Week 14 snapped a 21-game home winning streak, including the playoffs. But the Chiefs got the 7-point victory. Now, New England right now is still the number 2 seed despite that loss. But their last 5 games, just 2-3.
Yeah, they're not officially in the playoffs yet. One more win will get it done. I think that's going to happen. It always does with New England. We're still waiting to see if they win another division title. They're being pressed by Buffalo this year. But after this last game, this loss to Kansas City, they're officially on to Cincinnati. Remember the famous press conference after that loss to Kansas City, believe it or not, a number of years ago? They're on to Cincinnati. They'll take on the Bengals next week. Then they're home against Buffalo. That could be huge.
Yes.
And finish off with the Dolphins coming to Foxborough.
Throwing quickly, that's caught by Sanu. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Check right, check right. Ball 50.
Brady going to try and throw on third down. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Brady to his old reliable Edelman, and the Patriots have a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Caught by Sanu. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Let's go.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. On the toss, here's Michel. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 44, Brady. That's caught by his tight end, Matt LaCosse. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 29-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Brady on target to Edelman. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 out of New England. The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. The quick slant caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
53. Ricky.
Brady to throw again. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
Check back.
Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Shotgun now for Brady. It's caught. This is White. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Folk's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Buffalo taking the field again here. You know, Week 14, they lost to Baltimore. It was a close game, 24-17, but despite the loss, They might have found the blueprint for slowing down the Ravens' rushing offense, specifically Lamar Jackson, who they held to 40 yards, but Baltimore collectively a season-low 118 CD.
So what you're saying is that the rest of the league is going to be studying that tape if you have Baltimore on the schedule, or you think you may deal with them in the playoffs to try and see what Buffalo did. But how about this for Buffalo? They're in the first AFC wildcard spot. New England's loss in Week 15 put them in a pretty good position because in 2 weeks, they play the Patriots in New England. Can New England possibly lose to Cincinnati? Buffalo win this week and set up the big showdown for that one? It's a lot to ask, but one can dream, can't he?
Hey, either way, even if that's not the case, as you said, Bills in a great spot right now at 9-4. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here's Allen. It's complete. It's Gore.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This time they stay on the ground, and he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Wait, 29, Alpha.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far and certainly plenty to look forward to as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Brady gives to Michel, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Brady deferring to White on the draw. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Brady now going to leave it with Michel on the draw. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A first carry now for Rex Burkhead. And, his first carry, he loses the football.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up. Regular.
This is Michel on the counter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a play fake. Brady under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Throwing now is Brady, and that is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick. But now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. To throw, it's Allen. He'll buy some time right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
58, come on. Bring it. You go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, and he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Open man here is Foster. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
You ain't got nothing.
Now Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point.
Mike, 58 right there. Try to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Brady. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's 3rd and short. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. New England on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, Michel. And an alley to run. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Brady with a hook up to the fellow veteran Watson. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 23.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
40. 20. 49. I'm coming for you, Alert!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Going on the ground, it's White. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
New England on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. On the ground, this is Michel, and he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Folk's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. Same story continues. He's the only one that scored for them, their kicker, with all the points.
So now when we hear the chants of MVP, MVP, they're definitely aimed at him because he has been the only guy who's put points on the board in this game.
Kickers are always either the hero or the GOAT. So far, he's definitely the hero. Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. On play action, Allen. And the grab by Croft. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Play action. Now it's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Croft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore.
We got this.
Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore, now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami, and now in Buffalo, and still making it happen. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Short throw hauled in by Croft. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And this one caught by Beasley.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And John Brown's got it complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check 26, check 26.
On 1st down, it's Gore. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Brown, the lone receiver, left. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. To the air, Allen. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they are on the board. It's now 9-3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So the Patriots coming out now. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Wait, that 380. 49. Check.
Brady, a quick throw out to Edelman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground is Michel. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Wait, that Alabama 380. Check the out. 450.
To throw is Brady. And that's complete. It's Watson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee.
Wait, that 53. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Alert!
Brady will take a knee here, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium. That certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like open up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Patriots winners here at home as